Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grosvenor CSGO Championship. A bit of rush coming through. We weren't expecting to get into that as quickly as we did. But yes, London have equalised the series against CEX and move on to Inferno to try and take the final grand final spot and meet Endpoint for the grand prize. My name is Switchblade J. Joining me is Nathan Kane. What do we think?
It's so hard to call at this point. Inferno, probably the most balanced map currently in the map pool at this point. There's a reason that it was memed as the overtime game, the overtime map, sorry, in the Face It Major, where I think it was the average round length in the group stage was something like 30 rounds or something, because they kept on picking Inferno, kept on going to overtime, and yeah, pushed it really, really far. So hopefully we see a game like that. On the other hand, we do have a schedule to stick to. So, like on the one hand, it's like, yeah, we want a really close game because it'll be exciting, and then you know all the production stuff are like, yeah, but I want to sleep tonight. So, but you know, don't worry about it because London's going to cause us delays anyway by one of their players not actually, you know, being in the lobby and being in the game. So,
thanks, boys.
UK Counter-Strike, by the way. Nothing goes to time.
Astro missing currently. I'm not sure what the specifics are. I don't have the second IP pulled up. But nice someone could send me the second IP, by the way.
Yeah, that can be sent to us. It would be greatly appreciated.
Indeed.
Admins.
Dave Marr.
Admins. But predictions, right?
Oh,
for this game. Let's call it now. Like I think they swapped sides now, so this is London 1 and London's choosing CT for this, which means CX is on the, I don't want to say the inferior side, but well, like it's so balanced either side.
Yeah,
like,
traditionally, the reason why people still pick CT is because traditionally this map was incredibly CT side. Do you remember doing a team rush down Banana on the old Inferno? Like that was hell upon earth. Exactly.
Ace.
Ace. And it was like you're trying to play out of default, smoke got in your way, and then suddenly you were caught up on the little pillars that just so cluttered down that Banana position. You know? Like, it was hell on earth. It was not a great map in my opinion. So you know, traditionally people always pick the CT side. You never had to go up Banana. You could go up Banana, but you know it probably caused you more hassle than anything else. So you can just stay back on the CT half of the map and then just wait for the Ts to move in, and they're going to have all the problems. They're the ones that are going to have to wade through a puddle of mud essentially, and you know, you'll be able to win like that. So it kind of carries over from that last edition of the map where CT side is just generally more often picked, and that's exactly what London are going to do. Into the pistol round, they've got the CZ and a smoke for Eccles. Interesting they're not passing that off to a Kevlar player.
Yeah.
It's upgraded pistol for Nuke Dog, will be playing Ray Boss. Look at London, straight down the mid position. Only one player playing contact B. This backstab can either go well or really not. Depends on how quick CEX can make their way into the bomb site. Smokes down, tries to push as Rezu gets completely sprayed out, but no bullets seem to land. One player back over to Banana will try and hold them back, but LS will be picked apart to the 4 versus 4. As the bomb comes through, London onto the retake.
This is what CEX did when they threw around on a gun round. They did the exact same thing. One person plays a contact play in Banana, and the rest all run down mid, but like didn't manage to rotate out in that position. Definitely played it better than CEX did, but it still wasn't enough. 4-4. Nuke Dog in a very aggressive position, about to find Stanley. Out of position, immediately gets domed, but then his team trades back. All right, they'll finish the round. CEX takes the first round of this game.
Indeed they do.
Did they do? See what the buys will come in. We've seen so many different iterations of what teams are doing each game, especially in the second round after the pistol. But opting instead for 2 UMPs, 2 AKs, and a MAC-10. So less. Usually we see more MAC-10s coming out for the T side, try and farm up that economy a bit. Instead, using just for one, see if it's that effective. Huge damage coming out onto LS. I'll pressure him. Maybe he's going to back off in that position. That would be wise. Even a CZ finds a couple of shots and he would be dead in that position. So nice damage coming out. Things are slowed down, and at least London has weathered the storm for now.
Yeah, just keeping them suppressed. CEX, of course, losing a lot of damage thanks to those nades. And I think that this information, the fact that they've slowed down, will give that information off to London. They're like, right, okay, so we probably damaged them by a little bit by putting those nades well placed. And the CEX is pushing in. Saw that the thing we were talking about when we were talking about Endpoint versus what was it? A 3 era. talking about getting those opening picks. It's like all you need to do is slow down, get those opening frags, turn it back around. Sorry, no, it wasn't 3-0, it was IGI versus CEX. Talking about that match, and I was like, yeah, well, what IGI need to do to turn it around is to slow things down, get the opening bit of damage, and get the picks coming through when the T's eventually aggress. And you can see that's exactly what they're doing. Trying to get these frags on the low HP players. They will take down LS, but the NBT is going to try and wipe back. ZNX extremely low HP as he gets one more frag back away. And meanwhile, the luck coming in from Nuke Dog deals with one of the main CT side players over on the B bomb side. Now Soulcast completely isolated, will get that kill. So again, working off the damage down to a 2 versus 3, and maybe even more damage could come through. They might not get this retake hit together, but ZNX is extremely vulnerable, as is Rezu for this retake.
Yeah, P250 in hand for Astrovice. Frag grenade as well. Does not swish, does not land. No Kobe's will be had today. At least for now. Astrovice is hanging around with that P250. Makes sense. Unless he wants to save the armor, but not entirely worth it, especially if he can take it down. An AK like so. Beautiful headshot as well. Even though that player was only 6 HP, he is dead either way. Picking up an AK for his troubles, he'll be happy with this. Not going to push up apartments, trying to take a quick cheeky peek. The AK immediately handed over. No, sorry. It's kept by Astrovice. I suppose he has the Kevlar. I'll probably give it to Soulcast, if anything, just because he has the head army, has that extra resistance.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that'd probably be the best case scenario. Just swap the two weapons between those two players. And that way Soulcast can do some damage. Unfortunately, the head armor doesn't really mean that much, because obviously the AKs are still out for the CX side. And the only time that's going to come into benefit for him is obviously if Rezu brings that Mac 10 into play. And, you know, in the end, Astro is going to fall down to LS. Explode through the wall as well, out on the apartments. Obviously, you can read relatively well when the CTs are pushing into that position. So, nice kill to start things off. Giving CX the man advantage here in round number 3. Probably looking towards a decent fight in the next one more than anything else for London. UMP from Soulcast does get down 1. Not even a... Actually, does get the second as well on Nuke Dog as well. So, there you go. CX for the opener. London are going to take 2 back, though.
Take 2 back. They have the man advantage, but not the weaponry advantage. SMG, AK, P250, and then a USP into the 3 AKs of CeX. CeX creeping around onto this A site. London players are split, so if they act fast, they might be able to catch them out before rotation comes in. There's the smoke coming through. James BT lining up onto Pit. Gonna check that angle. And here's the swing out. Link does manage to find that first kid. Eccles trades back immediately, and James BT is left in a 1 versus 1 situation. Goes for the fake plant. It's about to say defuse. That's Rainbow Six Siege. Bad. Stop getting confused. 1 versus 1 though.
I'm guessing you cast a lot of Siege.
2 kills. No, I just play a lot. I'm just very bad at it.
Same as well.
I'm bad at all games I play. But, you know, it isn't bad. These 2 players. Soulcast gets right next to James BT. Finds the headshot just above the box. Whiffs the first couple of shots, but recovers it quite gently. And that'll be London picking up their first round on the board in this final match of the semi-finals.
And nice clutch from Soulcast as well. It's great defensive coming in overall from the CT forces. And there it is. That first will be on the board, as you say, for the London esports side. CEX. Got the eco coming through. I thought they were going to get force buy, to be honest. It looks like a kind of buy where CEX would force buy around it, but they've sort of changed their style up a little bit. Going with Deagles and CZs rather than the SMGs and the rifle they would have had on Nuke Dog. A bit more discipline so that way the whole team can get the buy up. Of course, makes most amount of sense because again, 2 rounds of lost bonus means that they will have a buy, and London will be up to 2-2. They will also beta test it against these Centaur pistols. Early face from Soulcast will take Rezu out of the equation. So a 5v4. Deagles still not landing onto James BT's pass. Standing gets another kill alongside Eccles in the M4. 1 picked back up by ZNX. And LS will try and charge back in. Probably going to get picked apart. Damage being done to him. Doing a little bit more damage back on Eccles' part. But again, just faces in blind shots coming in from the CEX side. And just not a lot of anything to be working with other than just blind shots. A headshot will come from an Eccles. Not respecting the man towards the fountain. And Soulcast knows where the second play is. Spot sprays. Still gets taken down. But the opposite towards the cross. And Astro will close the second.
Doing a little bit of damage to the London esports economy. But CeX will have enough money to buy this round. AK is coming out across the board. Don't know if they'll opt for an AWP. They don't really have that strong primary offer at the moment. As we said, they're playing with stand-in. Their primary AWP Murky, not old enough to come to the event as it is held in the casino. There are laws, sadly, you know. But I guess they put them there for good reason.
Oh, look at the nade damage done to CEX. Once again, London using their great utility to shut down the T side. James BT will get the trade back on Stanley, but Soulcast has still got another player in the back of the bomb site, and he's continuing to frag. Evans and Soulcast lining up their heads. 3 kills for Soul, and LS is all that remains. He does finally pick the players off in the B bomb site, but the rotations in from Astro again are on point as he gets the final frag, gets the third back, and the lead for London.
Lead for London, 3-2. Leading the way into the 6th round. AWP comes out for Astrovice. Oh no, it's getting swapped to Stanley. Oh no, it's getting swapped back. There we go. Hot potato with the AWP. But your falls into Astrovice's hands. Full buy across the board, full utility as well. This round should go the way of London. Very unlikely they'll be able to do anything. Desert Eagles.
Oh! Okay.
I was going to say, if
Almost
he found that second, that could have been huge for them. Trying to throw the M4s back just in case that they try and pick them up. Get them out of that situation. ZNX though, playing aggressive. Astrovice takes down Rezu though on the other side of the map. Ilno's going towards B now. Stanley with the spray down. It's not going to be enough. Gets run down by LS. Eccles does pick him up. ZNX drops as well. Eccles picks up a nice 3K that round.
And nicely played, of course. CEX, however, looking towards this buy more than anything else. The fact that they were able to get enough kills, on, 2 kills in that right, is still pretty good. London are going to be kept modest on the economy. Only 2 players, pretty decent, or in very, very good territory, I think, for the CT side. Should mean that the CEX have a chance to reset in the next round. For now, though, it is just the AKs coming through, trying to see if they can win their 3rd on the T side. Smokes down, Nuke Dog making his way up to the broken wall. And 2 CTs here to defend it. It's Soulcast. I can't see the number of the second name. I did have it when it was on my other monitor, but hey ho. I think that's Eccles there.
Yeah, I think it is Eccles. Those 2 have played fantastically around each other on this site, shutting down B pushes once they got their economy rolling. Astrovice using the AWP on the A site. However, slow around, no contact play made yet for either side. Utility usage didn't damage CX too much either. Smokes are going out, so the rotation will be called pretty fast for the CTs. But here's the Molotovs coming in, backing away from that position. James BT looks like he's going to be one of the first to enter along with LS. LS finds Soulcast, who did manage to pick up Nuke Dog before he went down. He gets shot by Stanley in the flank, gets the triple, and he gets out with his life. Eccles saves him from getting shot from behind. 5-2 to London. Looked very sketch for a second there, but Stanley comes in clutch.
Nicely played once again from Stanley there. He's one of the standout players for London, and certainly a very experienced player, being part of the Ghost Gaming squad at one point, if I recall correctly. I think he was.
Plane check.
I'm going to go check that, actually. I'm pretty sure it was a UK player who was part of Ghost Gaming. I think it was Stanley. I'm pretty sure I'll find out very, very quickly, to be honest. Where is he?
Trade 1-for-1. Udo takes out Soulcast. Eccles replies back.
Yeah, he was in Ghost. I'm correct on that front, yeah.
4 versus 4 though. Desert Eagles in the hands of ZNX and Rezu though. Seen some very nice shots from some of the CX guys, but it hasn't been enough to try and convert some of these pistol rounds into wins and really put pressure on London. They look firmly in control even when they found these opening frags. Burst out. LS does trade 1-for-1 though. Rezu gets Astrovice again, trading 1-for-1, working together as a team, trading off each other. That's 2 versus 2, and bomb goes down on the A site.
Rifle talked about the M4 for ZNX. What can you do to try and defend it? Eccles is low, Stanley is high. London with a hell of an off chance. Rezu facing out from the short position, and Stanley did not know. Well, sorry, I should say Rezu did not know he was there. Stanley taking the frag. ZNX trying to spray back on the man. Did not know who was coming in from where. Did not know if it was on the main path or on the graveyard area. And there it is, a 6th on the board for London. An unlikely retake, but again, it just came down to one simple mistake from CEX. Rezu facing backwards towards short. And the kill was taken so easily by the CT player. At the very least, CeX can take solace in the fact that they have got max loss bonus, plus the bomb plant means that they can reinvest in full for this next one. Or open that AK so they can try and recover the situation. But London slowly spiraling this scoreline out of control. Certainly uncharacteristic compared to the rest of this series. Close scorelines on both Overpass and Train. But Inferno so far starting things off not quite as back and forth as those maps.
Yeah, not as back and forth as we're expecting. We've seen the adaptation come in for CeX. Picking up that AWP for Rezu, see that's going to make the difference for them. Such massive damage coming out, and then Astrovice opens stuff up, finds LS on the A site every single time. Astrovice seems to be able to find these early picks for the AWP. But 2 players on B playing close, new box, and playing close left. From top banana, you can see on your screen Soulcast in that position. Really take close trade. There's the smoke going out. The timing from that as well. It's going to kind of suck with the T-side smoke, which covers CT as well, because it will fade at about the same time, which means they won't be able to use it as effectively. They'll have to push through one smoke just to be able to use their own rotation coming through as well. So instead, CeX are backing off towards the A site, banking on having brought in a rotation. Stanley might have looked away at the last moment, but he's pretty sure that they are coming. Flash goes out. Player rotating around from the arch position is Astrovice on this AWP. 30 seconds left.
Good
Gets the
shot.
first shot. That's James. Easy. Finds a second. He goes for the third. Brings it down. Nuke Dog is left in an almost impossible situation. Opposite end from the bomb. Will get shot in the back by Eccles. That'll be shut down. Very nicely done by Astrovice.
4 kills for Astro.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, not bad, no.
Could do better. Could have gotten the ace. Come on.
Quickscope's fantastic in the arch position. Dropping that bomb there was pretty much the end of the round for CeX because they had to face him. You could just feel him. He was like, yeah, I'm on game. I'm on point. All these frags are mine. I'm ready to go. And he got them all. 4 in total. And CeX will be forced to take a pause at the back of this. I mean, needed, required, very much required at the moment.
So,
like, for like, you know, these guys.
yeah, it's slipping away from them. They need to have a chat and be like, guys, Astrovice has got our number in A. On B side, the utility's not being effective enough because every time we even get on a site, we take too much damage going into it, so it's easier for them to retake. What do? We need to mix something up. We need to change. But hopefully that change will come in sooner than later because CeX is looking like this could run away from them. London's economy is pretty set as well, apart from Soulcast, who's suffering a bit. The rest of them are sitting pretty. 6K up on pretty much every player, apart from Astrovice with that astronomical amount, almost reaching the 5-figure mark. There we go.
$9,700 means that London are not going to have any money issues for the next couple of rounds, even if CeX are able to win them. They've got to do a lot of work to try and break the economy and start getting themselves a decent half mounted up. They're still only on 2, 5-round in deficit. They go 3 players on the B bomb site. Certainly non-standard, but it's a flash peek that could work up to a kill out towards Banana. How's this going to play out for Zen and X? Well, nades in against him. Now the face against Soulcast still takes the frag. Nice start from CeX. Wasn't perfect, but with the Eccles being low on HP, it's an opportunity that the T-side can walk off the back of this. The nade will finish off Zen and X though. So London are quick to get the trade. Still got players in the apartments position trying to see if they can take something down for CeX's part. Flashes in, LS will be watching down from Boiler. Got one more man also back at the staircase. And Nuke Dog actually does find a frag on Astro over towards the B bomb side. That's a big key player out of the way for London as well. No AWP on this one anymore. And Eccles is the next man to face. Damage done for 42 HP. The body block will leave a gap on the edge of the smoke, fortunately. Won't be able to use it. It'll have to fall back into hard cover. As meanwhile, the hit coming in towards A site is now coming into fruition. Stanley going down. LS looking back for Link. Takes it back. Eccles going to be able to fall back on the B bomb site. They'll realize that it's an open bomb site now, and they'll rotate for it. This should just be Link saving, and this should be the 3rd on board for CeX.
Yeah, CeX. For a second, I thought they were just going to try and run into him, and they're like, oh, wait, no, wait, B's clear, it's fine. We'll just go there instead. Nuke Dog takes out Link, waits for him to come out, shuts him down, but not too much of an issue for London. They've got cash for days. They will be able to buy and drop for Soulcast as well. But CeX, you know, starting to ease the bleeding at this point. You know, they were bleeding rounds at a pretty alarming rate. But this is, I think, the more important bit. This is the follow-through they need. They need to win this round, build up their momentum, and shut out London from the rest of the half.
players out towards the banana position. Then the next thing, jumping, spotted all three. Get out of dodge, trying to Molotov his way into position, trying to get London forced back away from those advanced positions. CEX slowly but surely aggress to the B bomb site. So the next, I think going to be the only player up to this position. As the T's wrap back over to the apartments area, they've got the bomb out there in second mid, and Rezu's back. Sweet time with this one, take their sweet time with it. Black fans will come over, finally they will look forward, and LS will actually take down Astro again, another kill onto a crucial player of the CT side. You can know no more damage. Only one man left here, and that's linked back towards Pit. The drop is going to be heard, so CEX know where he is. Do they expect anybody else, though, is the question. No is the answer. They're actually going to wrap back out the Molotovs. From Stanley will be able to support from long. The bomb will hit the B bomb site, where there are only two to defend it. Soulcat and Eccles have been a great dynamic duo on this bomb site in the past. And so far in this matchup, this probably could end up well for them. It might also end up well for CEX. 3 players out here. Can they make the hit work?
Yeah, all about this execution. Too long now to try and go back. Stanley finds James BT. They're trying to do a wraparound. Will be enough. They managed to get one player through. It might be too little too late, so they can hold off the rotation. But Nuke Dog goes down first. Soulcast immediately backs off. Flash getting thrown out. LS takes down Eccles. Soulcast peeks around the corner, gets shot down by Rezu. LS is on the back end, trying to save them from getting backstabs. But 2 versus 2 for all that, even the positioning of the CX players is not fantastic, but they're playing so aggressively, peeking out here. Nice double spray down. Nice shot by Rezu, takes him down 4-7 to CX, to London, sorry, but CX get that round, closing in the gap even further.
And London, another buyback as well. It's starting to look, so you can start seeing the economy getting shaky here. $2,000 on a couple of players, and actually going to opt to path buy as a result for it. Going to give CEX a 5th, get close to that 7th scoreline. But 2 rounds lost bonus for London, should be able to get themselves back in control right here. Just taps on taps, trying to get the opening frag. CEX, close range out toward the mid position. And Astro will be the first man to fall with a P250. Was the only player without Kevlar, though. Everybody else going to fall just as quickly, however. Stanley down in the apartments. Link left alone with CZ. LS tagged up to 13. Could be a kill that you can find. And CZ actually possible to get even more done with it. They're all going to push right around into the A long area. Might speedway their way back into the B bomb site. Yeah, looks like it's a, no, actually just going to wrap around towards A. So Link just trying to isolate this one frag on Nuke Dog. If you can get it, that's great, but the bomb will go down. And again, less of a chance for the retake on London. It will be a CEX 5th at this point in time.
CX will surely finish this round, sorry, with 7-5. Not sure if he expects the position in the tunnel. Or Soulcast gets the better of him. But I know exactly where he is. Whether he can pick up that AK or not is a different matter. I think that's James BT going aggressive, trying to deny them. Pick up. Rezu shuts him down. 7-5 to London. CX again closing this gap even further. Trying to bring them in a more comfortable position where when they get onto their CT side, which should be a more favourable side for them. It's usually for most teams. Especially if they get the piss around, might be able to run away with it. Just trying to close that distance, at least for now. AWP on Astrovice. Seems like CX has adapted to him. He was so strong in those opening rounds, and so many first blood in almost all the rounds that we saw when London won like 4 or 5 rounds straight. But CX seems to have gotten the better of him. Not this time. Astrovice comes out. ZNX takes down Stanley, takes down Rezu. 3 versus 5, and there's still a minute 20 left on the clock.
And liking the utility usage from CEX, they set up 2 good frags on Astro and Stanley. Well, Astro to a lesser Stanley to a lesser extent. Astro took his damage from a nade straight up to the top mid position, but it's a nice play to start things off. Unfortunately, they did fall to the hands of that AWP in the end. The CEX, they know that there are several players that are damaged. Just got 60 seconds to make the execution work, and just peeking in 1 by 1 is never going to help your case. Nuke Dog out through towards Banana. Pushed up, got shut down. They're actually going to rotate a play off the back of this. There might be a chance for CX to move in, but unless Ellis is confident on his peaks and picks, it's never going to work out, and indeed he will go down. James BT now has 3 players to be dealing with. Spotted, sprayed, taken out by Stanley. It's a London round.
London round. Look back in the driving seat, 8-5, fairly comfortable. Going into round 14. Now this is where it gets slightly precarious for CEX. An 8-7.5 isn't too bad at all. In fact, judging how balanced Inferno is, it's kind of the expectation at this point. They'll be kind of that close. But if London can get the advantage in both this round and next, this round very likely judging by the buys, they can close out the 15th round as well. 10-5 is going to be very difficult for CeX to come back from. Not going to be easy at all.
Yeah, we saw how difficult it was for Endpoint. Obviously, it took them a very, very long time on overpass to try to get back from a 10-5, and even then, that was after their opponents won, 14-5 above them. So it's a difficult scoreline to make happen, especially if London can spiral up. Pistol out of control. CeX. Certainly, you could call it dire straits. Let's put it that way. There's a flashbang on the likes of Rezu. You might be able to get the entries in together on the bomb site. 3 smokes will come down. Top in. First frag goes in favour of Link. Dominating against the Eagles completely out of the way. He gets a secondary frag before finally the Eagle shuts him down. Another kill coming in towards Nuke Dog. Turns it to 3 versus 3. And James takes down Astro on the bomb site. So now it all rests on James. As Soulcast gets 2. AK picked back up. Bomb's also been dropped in pit. So he's got to go back and try to pick that up. 3K clutch for the man. He will. The ball is back. He's got to get this plant down. 40 seconds and counting. The CTs playing the crossfire, passive crossfire. They're hoping that James tries to aggress and get a 1v1 situation before he can actually go onto the bomb site. But the flashes will go through and he should be able to get the plant down. He's trying to do this. The Eccles will deal with him. 9-5, London. Keep the streak rolling. Gonna shut down CeX. Not quite their money, but it's starting to get close.
Yeah, nice economic damage as we go into the 15th round, where it's basically useless by this point. But nice by any means. T-side, like, they had the man advantage, but Stanley and co were just causing problems for them. They couldn't quite execute around, but they do have guns this time. By guns, rifles, considerably more firepower than they had in the last. 9-6 again, definitely a recoverable score. 10-5, I just feel like might be too much of a stretch. CeX need to get this to put them in as strong a position as possible going into the second half. But this time, although a lot of damage coming out onto Nuke Dog and James BT, fairly quiet. No contact play just as of yet. And let's go for the same pop flash into border room to get control. New apartment position, Link backs off around the pit area. 1 minute remaining on the clock, and T's are still spread out.
Back into a good position. However, CeX starting to go down this way. One more in the apartments also is going to back up the idea that this will be an A hit. Flashbangs go over. LS smokes off things. First frag goes in favour of Stanley, however, back on the B bomb site. Taking James BT back out. I'm going to call that lurk in. And the T's are going to wrap around as a result of this. So you thought that London would put a player back here just in case there is a real defined execution. 30 seconds remain for CeX to make the hit happen. Again, they have a little bit of Kevlar, they have a little bit of utility. So should be relatively confident. Again, the smokes will come down towards Cross and also to Coffins. Here they come, out on the main area. Eccles getting down one soul crash with another frag. Looking for ZNX, but can't get it done. Rezu, let's combine. Standing gets a trade back on both players, however. And 3 kills for him to bring London to double digits, 10-5 at the turn of the half.
10-5. London definitely in a strong position. Very good half by them. CeX seemed just a little underwhelming. Took them too long to adapt to what London was doing with their AWP Astrovice. By the time they solved that, they won a few rounds. London mixed it up again when they got their economy back, and by that point it was too late. CeX didn't have any answers. But we'll jump into the pistol round. Astrovice with the utility for London, and then on the CeX side, it's just a smoke and a diffuse kit on Rezu. So pretty standard stuff as things go. A couple bits of information. One player playing very aggressively. Nuke Dog in the apartments finds the first on Soulcast. Gets traded off by Link. So it's 4 versus 4 with 1.5 minutes left on the clock. And it looks like the bomb's going B.
Straight in, Rezu will tap on through, and he does take down Wax as the Nexus kill on Astro. And Stanley will trade it back, look for the second man. If you get this kill, then that's an open bomb site, essentially. 3v2 scenario as well. The CTs, hell of a retake up for them here on one of the hardest sites to retake in the entire game. Stanley will still challenge for control. Dinks down both the players. Lines up LS and James. And London continue to just push forward further and further and closer to that all-important map and match point.
Yeah, 11-5. Stanley with the 4K on the pistol round. 2 kills with a Glock. Switches to the USB, gets 2 headshots. Very nicely done. But CeX choosing with their weaponry. 4 Desert Eagles come out, plus a P250. See if they do make anything happen, but James BT does manage to find an open frag, but immediately traded back by Eccles, reducing it to a 4 versus 4. Astrovice tagged out a lot by that utility usage. Mac 10 in hand, and no armor on any of the CeX players, so this could be a massacre on a if it is even required at this point.
Oh, what? Stanley
How?
taking down an awkward spray. This could be the chance now for the CTs, but Eccles finds both those players and shuts them down. So, fortunately, they do regain control on the T side, but they're going to hear these footsteps as well. The lurk on the B bomb site is all that remains. Link takes down LS. Nuke Dog has to cut off one, but can't get the job done. Know exactly where this last CT player is. The bomb will get planted. It will be another round for the London side. Nuke Dog at least gets down Eccles. Again, from damage being done to the T side, but in the end, it's not going to matter that much because CeX are going to concede another. And that's the bottom line here. That scoreline is getting closer and closer.
Christine's 12-5 after this round. Nuke Dog does manage to pick up an AK-47. Assuming all they paid for this round was Desert Eagles, I don't think he'll be too upset about that. Managing to keep that AK-47 after this round. Definitely not worth London trying to chase any of this down. Their economy is also in a fairly stretched out position. They just want to be winning these rounds consistently, building up that economy so they can start taking risks like that and shutting down the CTs. That's not going to happen as of yet. 12-5. London 4 rounds away from winning not only the match, the series, but also getting to the finals of this tournament.
CeX gonna go for a half, a quasi-buy almost, just bringing 2 players of Nuke Dog into the next down at very low amounts of, low amounts of money to line up with the rest of CeX, so that way when they get the 3rd round of loss bonus, they will be able to buy down. It's Astro starting things off again onto James BT. Taking him down, starting things to the favour of London. Opening frag against that CT side. And London are going to continue aggressing down the B bomb side, just trying to prod for information, see if they can get a good headshot, a lucky kill or something. Going to be avoiding Nuke Dog's position altogether, I think. Actually, sorry, he's boosted up on top of the new box, so scratch that. This could be a chance, again, if London run into this player. If they can't, if they don't, or if they're able to account for the fact that he's over the new box area, then that's going to be an instant shutdown for the rifle and a wasted opportunity there for the CeX side. 60 seconds will remain for London. Meanwhile, they're making their way around on the A bomb site, around the long area. They could still wrap back around on the B bomb site if they wanted to. But the bomb's also getting picked up, and where is it going to go? Out towards A, it seems. As Link faces forward, it's Asher to take down LS. Rezu quickly follows as well. And that's the A site. Again, dismantled by the London Esports.
Yeah, cool London Coldplay, because it is all yellow at the moment on the kill feed. Just across the board, keep on taking the frags. And London is pushing it even further. It will be 13-5 at the end of this. Nuke Dog trying to hold on to that AK-47 into the next gun round. Relieve a bit of pressure that their economy is currently feeling, but might be too little, too late. 3 rounds. Oh, nicely done by Nuke Dog. I think there's a 1-tap as well. Just taken down by Link, though. Eventually, 1-for-1 trade. More than happy to do that at this point for London. Yes, their economy is not the strongest, but, you know, it's still better for them, and they can afford to buy it anyway, so it's worth chasing down Nuke Dog to try and move that weapon from his hands. Having to buy M4s instead. So we are seeing a full gun round, finally. But the difference has always been in these gun rounds is the early utility damage coming through, and this time it's being done by CeX. Stanley going incredibly low. Still managed to find a frag, though. Takes down Rezu before eventually going down to the hands of Z and X.
Very, very ballsy stuff from Stanley. Burned alive, but still getting the kill. It may sound something like that to a London favor. Have got the B bomb site whittled down to just 1 player as well. If they execute now, they should be able to gain control of another 4v3 retake, excuse me. So needless to say, London have a bit of thinking to do whether they want to actually attend this particular banquet. Smokes will go down on towards the B bomb site. They're going to try and pull him in a rotation, and Ellis is certainly tempted to. They have pushed James BT over this side of the map. And 60 seconds remain on the clock for the London side. Soulcast tapping his way on through towards the apartments area. Playing it carefully, as he always seems to do, and everybody will eventually start wrapping their way back in through to the banana position. 2 CTs to find. One back over at the CT spawn. One more held back towards dark, and that's ZNX's key position right here. They try to plant for the back of the bomb site, then they are boned unless they deal with him. Spoke down towards the cross. Here come the London esports side. Now the flashbangs need to follow up, and they can execute back. 30 seconds left on the clock.
30 seconds left, and it's all about this execute by London. Players are spread out, though, for the CT, so it's all on ZNX. That's where he gets found in this position. James BT will be pushing through the smoke. ZNX goes down. Unfortunate for James BT. Does manage to find Link with the Molotov being to 3v3. He's going to rotate through that construction position as fast as possible. So the flanking position will be enough. Tries to do spray transfer, but it's not enough. Eccles gets the better of him, but brings it to a 2v2, and it's not at all impossible for CeX at this point, but they haven't got long. Time is ticking. Bomb will go down eventually. Nucleus trying to check angles, gets the flank onto Soulcast, bring it to a 2v1. They need to work together in this position. Gonna peek out. Oh my god, Eccles has the advantage. Swings around, takes down Nuke Dog. Oh my god, that was disastrous. Eccles getting the better of the CeX side. That should have been CX's round, but London, Eccles completely outplays them, takes it to 14-5.
Eccles, the Clutchmeister. Almost lined the 2 players up as well. That would have been absolutely disastrous because he got the 2 headshots on both of them. Like, ouch, in short. And 14-5, London. Looking like they want to move into the finals here. It's already James got out over to the other side. Eccles down, and as Astro falls, CeX gain a 2-man advantage. Finally, something going to their favor. It looks like James BT is not going to be down for this well. Damage done. The spray does come through on Stanley's part. A 2-for-1 trade, a 4v3 to CEX's favor. What a catastrophe so far for the London side. Again, they're getting within close inches of taking the round of the victory away from CEX. 2 away from a 2-1 series. CeX are back on the A side defense. They get ready for whatever London are going to throw at them here in the apartments here on the short area. It's a much quicker approach from the T side than usual. They play a slow, methodical default and wait for the hit to come through. The smokes go down. They're going to get more of that position. Still sprays onto one. Looking for a second fire back over to the balcony. Doesn't get it. Bomb. Trying to the bomb side to see one player on site himself. Then next going to take the first man down. Traded back by Link. Well, sprays back for a third. No way he clutches this again. No way London win another 1vx. A 4K for Link if he can make this whole thing work. And Reza with the AWP creeping up close, creeping up. Getting ready to spot and tap the man down. You watch the cross, but no. Link has got the jump on him. A 4K. A fantastic round again from London. CeX must be tilted at this point.
Yeah, Link with that beautiful the 1vx. I think it was 1v3 at that point after already finding a kill in that round. It's ended it with a 4K, looking very good. Match point, series point. London is poised, ready to knock out CeX and meet Endpoint in the final. But CeX isn't out just yet, but it is an incredibly tall order. That's what you like to see. James opening things up. Astrovice though, ZNX will find him. Peeking out from the sandbags, there's a player over coffin, but that leaves only 1 on B, and there's 2 players for London pushing together in tandem. Only an MP5 in hand, not the best weaponry in the world to try and play from this position. Pushing around carefully. I don't know if he thinks, I don't think he knows that Astrovice got that so far over. He does now, because James BT was caught completely unprepared. Trousers around his ankle, he just trips over and dies because of the aggressive position, but Rezu gives them a taste of their own medicine. Immediately gets picked off again by Soulcast, and it is looking like CeX is bowing out in the semi-finals unless they can make something happen with 55 seconds left on the clock.
3v2 retake on the B bomb site. I'm not going to lie, Novi, I don't have a lot of faith in this one. This is going to be a very difficult one to make happen as Link lines up both of the frags. Headshots galore, 16-5, a 2-1 series. Not as dead set even as the first 2 maps, Novi, interestingly enough, actually. I was expecting